slides. If the figures are, if there's a slide that's already in our agenda packet, that's helpful to know. If it's not, that's also helpful to know, okay?
I can't quite hear that distinctly.
Okay.
We're done now. We're just
trying to follow along in the report that I have in front of you. And it looks like some of the graphs and figures are new, so if you can just point those out.
Oh, I'm
Then I want to search for them.
This was not a direct presentation of the report that we submitted.
Okay.
This is, I hope we're presenting some additional data and additional information. I'm sorry we didn't give you a synopsis of this presentation beforehand.
And I'm sorry that I interrupt. I am trying to follow along.
Okay.
I can do that either, I think. Not doing it when I have in front of me.
Yeah, if there's any problem, we can go back and discuss it a little further if you have questions about it.
Okay, thank you.
The notion promoted by CH2M Hill and Crystal Geyser that 50-year average age of water, as inferred from isotope composition testing at Big Springs, implies a 50-year water supply is misleading and we believe fundamentally incorrect. The results show that a significant portion of the flow from cold springs does respond to recent changes in rain and snow, and abnormally wet or abnormally dry years seem to have a rather rapid effect within only a year or two. The same kind of sensitivity to recent precipitation and or snowmelt is noted in the groundwater level seasonality of the Dex 6 production well and the Dex 3A well on Crystal Geyser property. In general, the results show that the water output availability from springs and wells around Mount Shasta is sensitive to recent input, which is precip and snowmelt. This suggests that water output availability may also be sensitive to overdrying at those sources. Serious hydrological studies are needed to ascertain whether natural springs and pumped wells in the Mount Shasta area are robust enough to withstand prolonged drought or heavy industrial pumping. The fragility of the water supply suggests that pumping by major users should be closely monitored on a continuous basis for both groundwater level and regulated for the amount of withdrawal. So how does this information affect scoping and the EIR process? We're all waking up to water issues. All one has to do is look up on the mountain to know that we have a problem. An EIR, the full current hydrological study, should answer the following question. What is the total supply of water available each year using the most recent precip and snow data available? And what is the total demand on the system? What, if any, additional capacity is available in the total supply system for future users, like new houses, businesses, and industrial users? There are too many obvious data gaps in the information available to the public and city to make informed decisions. There is a crucial baseline information that needs to be gathered even prior to the EIR. Caltrout did start this process in 2009, and it was a good start. It began trying to sort out the elevation and age with isotope studies, but their study of Big Springs was very limited. It's important to map out the sources of water, the ages of all 5 heads of Big Springs, and to look at how water flows in this unique volcanic aquifer. A good baseline could be done in about a year, and there's no reason not to do this right. We should include Mount Shasta city water usage from Cold Creek Springs and their 2 wells in a baseline study. There are reports that are relied upon and cited by Geosyntec and hence Crystal Geyser that are not available to the public. These reports have been used this year to make claims that it's safe to extract water for this project. Nothing personal, Geosyntec, but an informed public just cannot rely on your word. Please make those reports public. Next one. The City of Mount Shasta and North State Resources and the public must have access to the following information so that we can see what Geosyntec and Crystal Geyser are basing their claims on.
The 7 reports that are needed in entirety are...
I'm right there, but I don't see it on the slide. Okay, the 6 reports that are needed in their entirety are: number 1, dye test information, full dye test information, including methodology, results from any and all 15 wells and springs tested, including but not limited to Big Springs, Mount Shasta, all 5 heads in the 500-foot area, decks 1, decks 2, 3A, 4, 5, 6, 7, OB 1, 2, 3, and all borehole samples. Number 2, isotopic test results run on wells and boreheads mentioned above, including age, elevation, and noble gas studies. All water quality and composition tests run on the above mentioned wells. The 1997-98 C-Corps report, including well installation and testing. You can see the name of the report right there. Number 5, the source group September 9th, 2005 review of aquifer test data and capture zone analysis and reports cited therein. Number 6, the source group report 2010 is cited by Geosyntec in the March 7th, 2014 report. And the Geosyntec report itself, dated March 7th, 2014, must have all figures and appendices. There are 3 crucial appendices missing. Any information that is not forthcoming or considered proprietary by the company and not turned over for full review, we believe must be redone during the EIR process. Please consider this a partial list of items needed for scoping and the EIR. So in conclusion, in regards to the pending EIR for Crystal Geyser project, we believe full hydrological studies of the area must be done by a qualified independent volcanic hydrologist or hydrogeologist. It would be irresponsible to allow the project to move forward without baseline data and a full study of our volcanic aquifer, including a water balance study. This will give us the data we need to make decisions regarding water uses for our city, the surrounding neighboring wells, streams, creeks, fisheries, and the discretionary type uses from industrial users like Crystal Geyser. So we thank you for your love of the town and your consideration and careful listening. Thanks.
There's going to be a quiz after this.